Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to study an interesting application of operation amplifier, the logarithm amplifier. So this circuit is very useful when we want to compress a wide range of input values into a much smaller output range. So that means a large input do not produce proportional large outputs. Instead, the output changes according to the logarithm of the input. So the name itself says that we are going to get an output function which is a logarithmic function of the input. So why do we need a logarithm amplifier? So in many real world applications, signals can vary over large ranges. For example, sensor signals, audio signals, measurement systems, and communication circuits. So in such cases, if the input varies a lot, and linear amplifier may not be the convenient options. So logarithm amplifier helps here by compressing the signal range, handling wide input variations, and making compression or display easier. So the circuit is very useful in practical electronics. So the basic idea behind the operation of logarithmic amplifier is the working is actually based on nonlinear VI characteristics of a diode or transistor. So in the feedback path of the op-amp, a diode or a transistor is used. So here in this diagram, we have shown a diode. So because of this nonlinear element, current through the feedback path changes exponentially with voltage. And after analysis, the output voltage become proportional to the logarithm of the input voltage. So this is the main reason why this circuit is called as logarithmic amplifier. So let us consider the basic operation of the amplifier. So here we have connected a op-amp in inverting mode, and in place of RF we have given a diode. So that is the basic difference. Rest remaining is similar to as the inverting mode amplifier. So now if we see it, so here we have voltage V1 which is connected to the ground. So using the concept of virtual grounding, so the voltage across this point is also 0. That means V2 equals to V1 equals to 0. Now whatever current comes through this terminal, that is across the input, suppose let us consider it as I, it gets divided into two paths, ID and IB. And as we know, the input impedance of the op-amp is very high, so the practical value of IB becomes negligible. So that means whatever current comes, that goes through ID. Or using KCL equation, the current equation will be I equals to ID plus IB, where IB is 0, so I equals to ID. So now let us see what are I and IDs. So I is ratio of V by R. So V in minus 0, since V2 is 0, divided by R equals to ID, as we know, is given by the diode current equation, which is Is into e to the power Vd by eta Vt minus 1, where Is is the reverse saturation current, then Vd is the forward diode voltage, eta is constant, 1 for silicon and 2 for germanium. Then we have Vt is volt equivalent of temperature, and Vt equals to Kt by Q. These are the diode equation constants. Here we can reduce this into e to the power Vd by eta Vt, and we can eliminate the minus 1 since the value of this term is very higher than 1. So we can neglect that part, and here we have V in by R. So now moving ahead. So if we bring the Is term on the other side, we have e to the power Vd by eta Vt equals to V in divided by Is into R. So now if we determine Vd, so Vd is the voltage across the feedback path. The feedback path is, as we know, this is a negative feedback. So the feedback path or Vd is given as 0 minus V out. So which is equals to minus V out or minus V naught. So now the equation will be V naught divided by eta Vt equals to V in by Is into R. So now if we take log on both sides, then it will be If we take log on the left hand side, then it is V naught by eta Vt log of E equals to log of V in by Is into R. Okay, so now from here the value of V naught equals to, since log E is 1, so this will be eta Vt log of V in by Is into R. So now what we have found here, the output is a function of logarithm of the input, right? So this proves that this circuit provides a logarithmic output whenever we apply the input. Yes, I have missed one negative sign, so this will be negative. So if this is negative, this becomes negative, this is negative. So V naught is minus of eta Vt log of E in by Is into R. So let us understand the basic operation. So suppose the input voltage increases, then the input current through the resistor also increases, and the current flows through the diode in the feedback path. And for the diode, as we know, the function is given by this equation. Now after solving, we found that V naught equals to this value, right? So the output is a logarithmic function of the input. Now notice one important thing: if the input increases by a large amount, then the output increases slowly. It is the completion effect of the log amplifier. So the small input changes at low levels are clearly visible, but the large inputs do not overwhelm the output. So this makes the circuit very useful for signal processing and measurement systems. So in application side, the logarithmic amplifier are useful when input signals span many orders of magnitude and we want a compressed output scale. That is why they are very important in instrumentation, biomedical electronics, communication system, and audio level measurement. So in this video, we understood the basic idea of a logarithmic amplifier. We saw why it is needed and how the diode creates a logarithmic response and how the output varies with input. So now just let's go through a quick numerical and see how we can use this. So let us consider a numerical where the input changes from 1 millivolt to 100 millivolt. Now we have to determine the change in V naught. Okay, and given eta Vt is 26 millivolts. So now, as we know, the output voltage V out is given by minus of eta Vt ln V in Is into R, right? So now here put the values. So this is minus 26 into ln. So we have here change in the voltage is given by 1 millivolt to the 100 volts. So it will be 100 by 1 millivolt. So this is minus 26 into ln of 100 will be 4.605. So which is equals to minus 119.73 millivolts. Okay, so which we can consider as, which is equivalent to 120 millivolt. So the magnitude of change is 120 millivolts. So I hope you have understood how a logarithmic amplifier works and how we can convert the input signal into a logarithmic output. So if you have any doubt, do put it in the comments and like, share and subscribe to our videos so that you don't miss any content. Thank you for joining. Keep learning.